All right, back to it now. As in order to change this country, we have to change the minds of some younger people, right? We have to change the minds of some. That's what Turning Point USA was all about. Can you believe it's been a month? A month today since Charlie Kirk was murdered in public, and millions of people saw it happen around the world, right? That's where we are with it. Hard to believe that, but the Charlie effect is still real, very real. What would you think about Brandon Lake? He was one of the great performers there during Charlie Kirk's memorial in Phoenix that I was so honored to be part of. How would you feel about him doing the alternative halftime show for the Super Bowl? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? It would be a remarkable thing, I think. You have to turn around not just the young people, though. I had this idea of a TPUSA Silver, if you will. TPUSA Silver. That would mean Turning Point USA for people over 50, like me, maybe you. Mike Sperrazza is a 33-year-old small business owner, Buffalo, New York. He owns a couple of insurance agencies. He's got 7 employees, taking over a financial planning company from his father as well. Pretty good start on life at 33. He's joining me now to talk about where we go from here. Mike, thank you for being on the program.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I understand you also have a podcast. You do a lot. 33 years old. You've accomplished a lot in your short 33 years on the planet. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, a lot of hard work, just like a lot of people out there. But you got to keep pushing forward and kind of keep making the best of things. And I like it. It keeps me busy. It keeps me happy, and I would never complain about what I'm doing.
How are things in Buffalo? Give us an update from the front line there. Put us in the room there in Buffalo. What are things like?
Well, there's issues all across New York State. Buffalo,
Sure.
The city of Buffalo has their issues. What scares me more than anything, though, is what's going on in New York City, because we may, and I say we, not me personally, but New York City may elect as he calls himself, a Democrat socialist for mayor down there. It looks very likely at this point in New York that he will be the mayor, and that will all spill towards Buffalo. It always does. Kathy Hochul, actually, the governor of New York, Steve, is from Buffalo. She was a much different person years ago, and then she got into the Democrat cycle, and she's changed a lot. She was endorsed by the NRA years ago, believe it or not.
I find that hard to believe, but okay, I'll take that your word on that one.
Yeah.
Look, Ma'am Danny is he calls himself a democratic socialist, but what he is a communist. And look, Karl Marx interchanged the word communist and socialist in the Communist Manifesto. It's the same thing. It might be a matter of degree, but it's the same thing. And the things that this guy's proposing, disbanding the best police unit in the NYPD, getting rid of getting rid of classes in schools that would reward gifted students, all of these things. I mean, it's the relentless pursuit of mediocrity is the way I see it. Your thoughts?
I mean, Steve, one of the craziest ones to me is the city-owned grocery stores.
Oh, good
I
Lord.
mean, where have we seen these things work? Nowhere.
Nowhere.
And we're going to try them again in New York because we can do it better, as we always say on our radio show. Like these Democrats and these Democrat socialists, socialism's never worked, but we can do it better. Just trust us. And that's the model. And it's not going to work. Again, to your point, he wants to decriminalize crimes across, New York State as well, in New York City. This stuff isn't working. If you look what happened during the Biden administration, we just saw last week, the story came out, sadly, that young girl that was killed. The gentleman had 25 felonies and 39 prior arrests. This soft on crime approach isn't working across America. It's certainly not going to work in New York City, Steve. You know that, and I know that.
Yeah, I know
they
that.
had crack pipe vending machines in New York at one point a year or two ago that were getting looted and robbed, and those lasted about 2 weeks. Like these policies are just terrible. They don't work, and it's sad.
Of course they don't work. Here's one that'll fit right up that alley, by the way. A 91-time felon trying to dodge prison and go into rehab. This happened in California. Troy McAllister was drunk when he ran a red light. Killed Elizabeth Platt, she was 60. Hanako Abe, he was 27. Killed them both on impact. And they're trying to get him into a diversion program. 91 felonies. I mean, the insanity has no bounds.
It's hard to believe that judges can do this and do this with with logic. I after 2 or 3 felonies, Steve, I think I'd be like, all right, either this guy has to go to a mental institution or he needs to be imprisoned for a while, right? I mean,
Forever.
you can't commit 3, 5, 8, 10 felonies and say this person can be rehabilitated. It just can't at that point. I hate to say it, but it's impossible. If you keep committing felony, and some of these felonies from these guys, by the way, and gals, are not like, oh, they took jewelry from their mother. It's like, hey, they assaulted somebody, they raped somebody, they attempted murder, violent assault. Like, these are things that you're just not coming back from and being rehabilitated from. And these judges, in my opinion, Steve, I don't know how you feel about this, but these judges need to come up on, they need to be tried or something.
Something has to happen. They got to be thrown out of office. Let me put it this way. A number of years ago, I called Mothers Against Drunk Driving and said, do you have a stand against illegal aliens that get caught drunk driving? Crickets. Mothers Against Drunk Driving won't even speak out. This is how dumb things are against drunk drivers. If you get a DUI, you're never allowed in the nation of Canada. Never. One DUI, banned for life. Here, you get rehab, you get a place to stay, you get some pats on the back. Oh, your life's been tough. We're so sorry. Give me a break. Last word to you.
Yeah, we need some change. And I'm a big advocate of the Trump administration, but some of these things we got to keep hammering on. We got to keep getting done because change is needed. We cannot let these criminals run the streets. We cannot let Democrat socialists like Mamdani win elections. This is dangerous for America. It's dangerous for my state, Steve. I'm worried about New York.
Yeah,
and
it
can't happen anymore.
It absolutely cannot. Mike, really appreciate you being here. You come back anytime.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I look forward to it.
There you have it. Mike Sperrazza, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. We'll take a quick break. Up after the break, we're going to have sports. The Tigers had like a 27-week rain delay last night, and after that, it was all wet. Just soggy and lousy. We'll be back with Brock after this.